Okay, so what are the admissions? I've been going through my emails because I've actually been avoiding them because it's too, frankly, upsetting. But here is what you call admission and mail fraud. So this is Norman Stankiewicz, who, if you review court pleadings, had previously been sued and actually been removed from some other property that they control, these group controls, because of a propensity to violence. He beats the crap out of somebody. This is a guy who was abusive to my mother. He's abusive. He screamed at me publicly, which is how I recognized he was abusive. And I have a witness. That was before I knew any of this. What I understand now about systemic racketeering, fraud, unfair trade practice, consumer protection law, and what I will be filing as a wrongful death case. But in any event, and civil RICO. But in any event, he lives in Unit 208, which is the only building these people, the current control group owned at the time they hijacked this apartment building to pretend it's a pseudo condominium so they could get money through assessments, et cetera, and try to get a return on the investment for PNC and community, or PNC citizens, actually Royal Bank of Scotland, doing business as citizens, and the people that control that entity, as well as Huntington Bank. Anyway, if you look at this references me in this break-in. All right. Oh, it also, happily, this is Robert Bernstein writing this. So Bernstein is a lawyer. He actually promotes himself as being an advocate for disability rights because his wife has MS. And meanwhile, his father is apparently a racketeer, and I have evidence this guy is actually flipped so many, he's doing the same thing everyone else is. He's fraudulently selling properties, and then if there is no property to sell, and they just get all these properties and then flip them and get cash buyers, and then get a loan or something. So the whole thing is securitized, and then they fraudulently inflate the price, and then they can have a kickback. But he's done it. He and his wife, they're prolific. They've done it all over the place. So here he's writing, and this is the guy that I actually emailed with a detailed summary of the actual Fair Housing Act laws, as well as the Pennsylvania Human Rights Commission laws on accommodations and all these violations of law. And he's the guy that's doing this on surface, doing the accommodation stuff and everything. Who cares? But anyway, he's saying this page directs from Arnhem Neely to RJ Community. Well, RJ, like I said, Arnhem and Neely is Allegheny Management, controlled by Silk and Stewart, doing business as Arnhem Neely, which is another shell company they hijacked, and then they all are actually working for Caldwell Banker Real Estate, which is actually controlled by Realogy, formerly known as Sediment, which is, of course, controlled by the Apollo Group, as well as Marsh McLennan and others, all easily identifiable from SEC filing registration statements. In any event, this states that the link, this directs to Arnhem Neely. The link for FAQ includes Imperial House condominium bylaws, rules, regulations, and declaration. So that's it for him. That's an admission against interest, and it's also mail fraud. For civil RICO, at least, you only need 2 indictable offenses for each person. And here it says, also available, oh, that's nice. To date, I've yet to see a financial statement. For Board of Director access, and will require a password. Nancy Latimer, Imperial House, who cares? Old business. Apartment 3XX legal issues. ART. This is Art Goldberg, who is practicing law without a license here, who is a member of the control group of multiple penny stock issuers and mob-controlled entities going back to before the 1990s, but he's personally responsible for billions of dollars of investment losses. He is a vicious, vicious man, and he without fault, he can be charged for at least 8 counts of sales of unregistered securities. Period. That's it. Go to jail for 10 years. Also, false statements, perjury. He's submitting false statements and unsworn statements all over the country. Furthermore, he has applied for and received a PPP loan under using his fraudulent company, Bell Rock Controls, or whatever it is, which is a beginnings of a pump and dump. If you don't know what I mean, I can explain it. But the point is that he is selling securities in violation of Section 5 of the Securities Act and the Pennsylvania law, I'm sure, but it's up on out of this building, which is illegal. Anyway, Apartment 330 legal issues, that would be me. Art. Judge agreed we need access to identify leak. Okay, this is an ex parte special injunctive relief. Wait, what do they call it? It's an ex parte motion for special injunctive relief, which is an extraordinary remedy. And again, the leak is just one of a billion leaks down in the basement, which was never there. And I've had evidence for 6 months. I got witnesses. Everybody knows there's no freaking leak that I'm responsible for, or that this unit was responsible for. Judge agreed we need to get access to identify leak. Norman will go in with a constable as required by the judge. Okay, this was an ex parte hearing because I did not appear. I would not participate in a corrupt judicial process. And while I was not sure if Michael Del Vecchio was a knowing co-conspirator and hoped he was not, even though he obviously executed all these deeds, I now know that he engaged in the same property scam when he got the house on Gladstone as well as on Devonshire. In other words, he sold interest he had already mortgaged away. And he obviously got $400,000 cash to buy the house on Gladstone, 322 Gladstone, after, right before he got his judicial appointment in 2001, and after he successfully helped his current co-conspirators to seize control of this building by executing all these fraudulent deeds and declarations and stuff, when he also knew and had seen all the preceding documents. And also there's just abundant evidence of the deed fraud and the steps they took in order to get properties in any units in their name. It's over. It's not even like not a close call. Anyway, Norm goes, okay, so constables don't work for judges. And the constable that he brought into my house is John Miller Williams III, who was actually prosecuted by District Attorney Impala rightly so, for reckless endangerment and official oppression. Okay, and it wasn't Norman and some constable. Oh, wait, and it's being arranged by our attorney and a plumber and a locksmith. Okay, so they broke into my house. Even if that law order was lawful, which is absolutely not, it did require 24-hour notice. And even the docket, the fake docket, because it's fake, because they actually never filed an injunction at all, they just filed a complaint. I mean, it's obvious because you can see the docketing. And so there's still this complaint out there that I have no idea, it's just so corrupt. It's just a complete abusive process. In any event, just forget it. Oh, wait, he's such an ass. Look at this one. Norman will go with a constable as required by the judge and is being arranged by our attorney and a plumber and a locksmith if needed. They just came in. 5 men. I have the video, okay? The plumber is All Pro, who they're awarding a major contract to. I guess I know why they did, because I sent them a cease and desist as soon as I recognized who they were. Attorney would be Jug. The locksmith, I still do not know because I cannot get a copy of my own police report, including by the county. The county is actually denying my own police report via the right to know law. In the meantime, wait, we have a photo of the dog relieving itself in the flower beds in front of the building, okay? Good on you. I mean, this is so stupid. Like, in the first place, I can't even imagine anyone could even write any law or rule or regulation that could penalize somebody if their dog peed on somewhere outside, and also the illegal usurious fines they've charged for me back in October, whatever. I mean, that was, they don't have a picture. I asked them for proof of the allegation. Bottom line is there's no rule, there is no regulation, and there is no enforceable basis for, under any of their stupid laws or rules or regulations, or under the applicable laws, to find anyone, much less somebody who has a, accommodation dog, for peeing outside. Okay, that's just one. And again, there's such a thing as notice, an opportunity to be heard. These people are so corrupt. Oh wait, we'll take no action, but we'll consider future. Okay. I've never appeared for any hearing, and you see at the docket, there's no non-pros, there's no default, nothing. It's as if I were there, and there's billions of evidence that demonstrate I was never there. Comcast, that's great. They want UpDest. Free Wi-Fi. Well, that's nice. Well, I have Comcast, but now I'm worried. Oh, now they're going to do a change management company. This is like a total scam. Oh, no. Because RJ Communities is Arnheim Neely. I mean, it's just they brought in William Levitt, and because that's their company, William Levitt, who's the father of my mom, on her country house deal in 2016, and our Robert Gillenberger, who basically allowed the Warren Silk Group to use their name instead of Arnheim Neely for some reason. I mean, for some reason I don't understand. They do not want to use the Arnheim Neely corporate shell as their, company, but whatever, as their putative company. So Archie and Deb found we were being overcharged. This is a total lie, because Archie and Deb worked for Warren Stoke and Stewart and all those guys, who then worked for Coldwell Banker Real Estate. I mean, that's Jeffrey Ackerman, blah, blah, blah. The group was favorable. Berkshire Hathaway interviewed toured for $750 a month. Okay, so that's really bad. So that means Berkshire Hathaway Home Services is now entering the conspiracy with Lawrence Silk, et cetera, et cetera. And actually, the president is not authorized because there's no declaration. Well, that's great. So they're bringing in new criminals or a new corporate entity who's going to be joining this particular fraud.